that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was 'twere grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less ways to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
The reading this morning is taken from Mark chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. They came to Jericho. As he and his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Many sternly ordered him to be quiet, but he cried out even more loudly, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus stood still and said, "Call him here." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he is calling you." So throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. Then Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man said to him, "My teacher, let me see again." Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has made you well." Immediately he regained his sight and followed him on the way. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Oh, for 1,000 tongues to sing my great Redeemer's praise, my great Redeemer's praise, the glories of my God and King, the triumphs of his grace, the triumphs of his grace, the triumphs of his grace. Jesus, the name that charms our fears, that bids our sorrow cease, that bids our sorrow cease. 'Tis music in the sinner's ear, 'tis life and health, 'tis life and health and peace, 'tis life and health and peace, 'tis life and health and peace. He breaks the power of cancelled sin, he sets the prisoner free, he sets the prisoner free. His blood can make the foulest clean, his blood availed for me, his blood availed for me, his blood availed for me. He speaks, and listening to his voice, new life the dead receive, new life the dead receive. The mournful broken hearts rejoice, the humble poor believe, the humble poor believe, the humble poor believe. Him ye deaf, his praise ye dumb, your loosened tongues employ, your loosened tongues employ. Ye blind, behold your Saviour come, and leap ye lame, and leap ye lame for joy, and leap ye lame for joy, and leap ye lame for joy. My gracious Master and my God, assist me to proclaim, assist me to proclaim, to spread through all the earth abroad the honors of your name, the honors of your name, the honors of your name. Poor Bartimaeus. He'd been hearing the commotion and the talk. Jesus has come to town. And in those days, news travelled fast and it travelled far, and it travelled wide, faster than we might think. Although there was no radio, newspapers, television, phones or social media, messages passed by word of mouth and soon reached towns and villages. It may have taken a few days for news to travel, but radio word of mouth, radio gossip and radio rumour were powerful transmitters, and the things that Jesus had been doing in far-flung places soon travelled around the entire region, so people were excited that Jesus was coming to their area, and Bartimaeus was excited. Jesus was coming by, he had heard, right where Bartimaeus had spent many years sitting and begging. He couldn't work. His body may have been otherwise fit for work, for a trade, but the failure of his eyes to see made all this impossible. He relied on people's generosity. He'd heard what Jesus had been up to. He may have already heard what Jesus has just been doing in Jericho. And now Jesus was coming this way. Now the Gospel writers don't record what Jesus had done in Jericho, but we can assume that healing miracles had taken place in the town square or in some open place. It's unlikely that Jesus wouldn't have done what he had done everywhere else. And Bartimaeus wanted some of this. In his head there was no doubt that Jesus could heal him. So he starts shouting for Jesus' attention when they tell him that he's leaving town and he's actually coming this way. There was a crowd of people about. They may have been surrounding Jesus as he walked along, eager to hear of anything else that he might have to say, or just being close to the man who performed miracles. Jesus may have been speaking with them, he may have been busy on his way. And then, suddenly, this voice cuts through the buzz. Son of David, have mercy on me. Son of David, have mercy on me. Son of David! These words carry meaning. Firstly, Bartimaeus calls out to the Son of David, and Jesus' ancestral line takes him back to King David. Ancestry was an important part of people's identity. Remember the carol while shepherds watched? And that verse, "To you," said the angels to the shepherds, "to you in David's town is this day is born of David's line a Saviour who is Christ the Lord." Bartimaeus considered this important enough to address Jesus in that way, rather than Rabbi, Teacher, Master. And then he says, "Have mercy." He doesn't say, "Jesus, heal me." He says, "Son of David, have mercy." Bartimaeus was taught that disability was likely to result from the sinful behaviour of his parents, or of those further up the line. The sins of the fathers will be visited upon the children. After all, how could Bartimaeus explain his condition? "Son of David, have mercy on me." Shut up! Be quiet! Stop making that racket! "Son of David, have mercy on me!" Bartimaeus was going to get Jesus' attention, and the more they told him to shut up, the more he shouted, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus hears him. He's already processed, the way this man has called out to him, and the words he spoke, and their meaning. And Jesus responds. Bartimaeus is called, and he jumps up and finds his way to Jesus. What follows is one of the fastest recorded healings in the Gospels. What do you want? I want to see. Done. Well, I probably sped it up a little bit, but what is it you want me to do for you? I want my sight. Go, your faith has healed you. Why so quick? Because Bartimaeus expected Jesus to heal him. Your faith has healed you, said Jesus. Faith is not a commodity like cash that you can save up. We don't go around with a bag of faith looking for what we can spend it on. Nor is faith the word we sometimes, very often, substitute for belief. The Christian faith. Faith is the active response to what we believe. And you can't really bottle it. Bartimaeus was not asking Jesus if he could spare the time to heal him, if he felt so inclined. He stood on the faith that not only could Jesus have mercy, a right that was his, but that Jesus would heal him outright. And that's what Jesus did.
Make way for Christ the King in splendor arrives. Fling wide the gate and welcome him into your lives. Make way for the King of Kings. Make way and let his kingdom in. He comes the broken hearts to heal, the prisoners to free. The deaf shall hear, the lame shall dance, the blind shall see. Make way for the King of Kings. Make way and let his kingdom in. And those who mourn with heavy hearts, who weep and sigh, with laughter, joy and royal crown he'll beautify. Make way for the King of Kings. Make way and let his kingdom in. We call you now to worship him as Lord of all, to have no other gods before him, their thrones must fall. Make way for the King of Kings. Make way and let his kingdom in.
Close your eyes for a few moments. Ask yourself whether Jesus could bring about the healing of blind eyes, and how amazing that would be. Now, consider what in you is in need of healing. Physical aches and pains, health problems, chronic problems, your functionality, your state of mind, memories that haunt you, fears for the future. Would you shout out if Jesus was passing by? Would you be silenced by those who find your shouting unseemly? Would you fling off your coat and come to Jesus when he calls you in expectation of healing? Why not? That's what Jesus does. You may believe that Jesus has the authority and the power to heal other people. Now turn that into faith that he'll do it for you.
Be still. Be still. Be still for the presence of the Lord, the Holy One is here. Come bow before him now with reverence and fear. In him no sin is found. We stand on holy ground. Be still for the an everlasting kindness you lavished on us. When the radiance of heaven came to rescue the lost, you called the sheep without a shepherd to leave their distress. For your streams of forgiveness and the shade of your rest. And with compassion for the hurting, you reached out your hand as the lame run to meet you and the dead breathed again. You saw behind the sighs of sorrow and shed in our tears, heard the sigh of the weary, let the children draw near. What boundless love, what fathomless grace you have shown us, O God of compassion. Each day we live an offering of praise as we show to the world your compassion. We stood beneath the cross of Calvary and gazed on your face at the thorns of oppression and the wounds of disgrace. For surely you have borne our suffering and carried our grief as you pardon the scoffer and show grace to the thief. What boundless love, what fathomless grace you have shown us, O God of compassion. Each day we live an offering of praise as we show to the world your compassion. How beautiful the feet that carry this gospel of peace to the fields of injustice and the valleys of need, to be a voice of hope and healing, to answer the cries of the hungry and helpless with the mercy of Christ. What boundless love, what fathomless grace you have shown us, O God of compassion. Each day we live an offering of praise as we show